Chat real quick while people are hopping on. Okay. Good morning, everybody. It is the 24th. So we've been meeting every Monday, which I've really loved. I hope you guys have been gleaning some good things also. I think it's great to kick off our week together so that we can just kind of meet with the meeting of the masterminds, right? So we can make some things happen. I know I always just get so encouraged when I hop on Genevieve's sprint calls and get inspired in some ways that I may have not thought of. So hopefully that's what this call will do for you this morning. So welcome to Magic Week. How are we all feeling? Curious, pop in the chat, unmute, whatever you want to do. How are you feeling? Because, well, what we're thinking affects how we're feeling. And if our thoughts are not in the right place, we will not be taking the action that we need to be taking in order to hit our goals. So, who wants to say something? You gotta win, you gotta lost, you gotta know. You feel like you're chipping away at Mount Everest and you're still at the bottom of the mountain. How are we feeling?
So, hey, this is Laura. Definitely have morning face on, but I have meetings today, so I got to get ready.
Perfect.
Yeah. But I was just looking at both accounts today, and it's like, oh my gosh, we need to reread the contest rules, or we are not going to be on that boat. Yeah. So strategizing there is the goal. And it's just triple credits for two things. Your own rank, okay, which I can totally control that. So I need to add that in. And then also level 1 and 2 rank ups. So really concentrating on who could be silver with just one more person. That's important.
Yes.
Can I chime in there? When did that go triple? Did I miss that where it went triple? I thought it was double.
Triple in July.
Why did I think in my brain that it was just double?
It was double for May only.
Okay.
Triple in July. So if you're senior gold, that adds 90 more points type of a thing. You could reach a couple more levels in your thing because you hit the 1250.
Right.
Yeah. Oh. And this is the thing, guys. Don't discount the day of small things. Like if you feel like, oh, my credits are not where they need to be. Remember, we're going to have a bunch more credits pop up once we finish this month because we'll have the retention credits. And retention is worth as much as recruitment. What is it? 15 credits?
Right. Yeah. So I could just by redoing senior gold is 90 points. Well, that's huge. I mean, so I'll be on the boat with that, but that's just me at the 800 level.
Yeah.
Way behind.
Well, okay. No, don't say way behind. We're right on time.
Right.
I know the feeling. Yeah. Well, because we all want to see our credits higher than they are right now. And I feel like my credits are moving really slowly, but it's okay. We have control over certain aspects. So Laura was just talking about, those of you who just hopped on, the triple credits in July, which are remind me, Laura, rank up or re-rank?
Yes. It's two things. It's your own personal rank up. Okay. And that has a weird qualifying rule, like wherever you were in January. So even if you hadn't ranked properly in January, it's whatever that is. And then also your level 1 and 2 rank ups, same thing. So if I had somebody silver last year, but they haven't, really been paid at silver again, if they're paid at silver now, that's what matters. So I think that that's going to happen with a couple of people, which is great.
Yeah. Yes. Oops. Met some more people in.
Okay. And then I think you also get them for retaining your rank. Yeah. That's the thing that's trouble.
Right. But that's only one time. But I'm saying that's big, right? So that senior gold that we're sitting at, Amber, would be 90 points. I mean, that's huge. That moves the needle a lot. Credits, 90 credits, right. And so that was the next thing I was getting ready to say, Megan. I feel like my points are inching up way, well, they're inching faster than the leadership credits, right? Mm-hmm. But that's okay, because I mean, the goal this month for you specifically is both.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing is, so we're working towards Leaders Retreat credits that are not reflecting right now. So the things that we're doing right now matter, because it's going to impact what happens once commissions process and the month ends, right? So don't get discouraged because you're like, I'm still, sitting at 398 credits for a Leaders Retreat contest or whatever, but just keep in mind, okay, my own personal rank up. So if you don't have that mapped out, guys, map out what it would take to get to your next rank. That we have 8 days left in this month, which means in network marketing terms, that's like 8 months, not really 8 months, but you know what I mean? Like there's plenty of time to get some stuff done. Level 1 and 2 rank ups, which means go and vet your list of level 1s and 2s. Who has a +1? Who has +2? Who is a happy wholesaler that you can do the little Bless a Friend campaign, concept with? We talked about that last week. And then maintaining your rank. So how much would it take for you to re-rank, or maybe you've already flew past your rank points for this month. If so, then let's map out what it would take. Okay. And when you think about helping your people help people, you start getting into the exponential multiplication network marketing lingo, not just how many people can I personally add. It's kind of a shift from direct sales to network marketing, which is network marketing is actually building a team. So how can you help people help people? Okay. Who else has something that so I was asking if people want to pop in the chat. How are you feeling? There's no shame about how you're feeling right now. If you have a win, pop it in the chat, or just unmute real quick. We'll just take a couple minutes and talk really fast about what we're feeling.
Mine's a little like Laura's, but opposite. Like, I feel like my Leaders Retreat points are okay, but my rank up points, like, they never seem to get larger. Like, they're there. Feel like I'm doing the things, but they never get past a certain point.
They haven't yet.
Right. They haven't yet.
Sometimes the extreme language that our brains like to tell us, like, we're never, or it's always, which that's reality right now, but thinking and using hopeful words to help us say, well, it's just not yet. I am learning the skills in order to have those ruby numbers in my back office and see them. So we're getting brilliant at the basics while we're waiting for the credit or the points to catch up. Good. Okay. Well, I'm going to kick into what I have prepared for you guys. So, for those of you who just hopped on, we are rolling into Magic Week, and this is where things start to happen. Okay, so the first 10 days of the month, we were working on planting tons of seeds. Second 10 days was still planting seeds and cultivation. And we've worked through, having 0 PV or partial PV or conversations. We've obviously been working on the potentials that we have in our funnel, and getting more people in our funnel, right? Through networking with new people, inviting people to events, having just conversations, maybe with big, bold conversations with people that we've never had conversations with before, really up-leveling our posts and our stories to reflect big, bold, beautiful, business, belief-filled posts, right? And so this week, we're rolling into the last section of the month. Okay, if we chunk it down into thirds and just think systematically throughout our month versus just tapping in on the last 2 days and giving ourselves adrenal fatigue because we haven't worked all month, we're being just more systematic in how we approach our month, right? So the last section of this month is all about the harvest, okay? So I made a little list of sort of like who to circle back with, what conversations to be having this week. So if you have a pen, you might want to write this down. Okay. who have you sent samples to that you haven't followed up with? Okay. I have a big old hit list that I didn't get to last week that I'm going to bang out this week. Okay. 0 PV, partial PVers. Okay. Don't spend all your time here, but you may have some more people that come around if you just blast out another little project broadcast text to those people. Maybe it's time to offer a little incentive, getting restarted incentive, or, creating something on the fly. I do that all the time. I'm like, oh yeah, hey, and by the way, if I'm talking to them about something else, throw out a little special for them to get restarted. If you feel like you've already exhausted that, don't spend all your time there. those people may have to just kind of be dead to you right now, and you go find new people. Okay, but I'm just saying that's a demographic. If someone is hopping on and has not been on any of our previous calls, that is an area of potential for you if you've been around for any length of time. Okay. The new, okay, so who have you recruited this so far this month? That's new. Hopefully you guys have taken my little Post-it note challenge and have people on your Post-it notes so that you keep in mind who are my new, so I can make sure that you give them good customer care. Okay, which means good conversations, good questions that you're asking. Maybe you're tagging them in a little post that you totally thought that they would resonate with, just building their belief. Any of those little things to just drop little seeds and encouragements. Okay, the next group of people would be your happy wholesalers, your happy people. They're loving their products. They're, keeping their subscriptions on. They're getting their perk credits for free products. So the thing there is to encourage a +1. Okay, last week we talked about the Bless a Friend campaign, which I'm so sorry I did not get a graphic made. I still need to swing around to all the people that participated in the last Bless a Friend campaign. And there's a lot of you that have agreed to contribute to that pot. So the idea there is we're creating a conversation. It's basically just a creative way to get in conversation with these happy wholesale people and say, hey friend, I know you're loving your products. I have this really fun, or we have this team-wide little campaign going, and it's called Bless a Friend campaign. So this month we are helping as many of you help one person. So curious if there's anyone in your life right now that you're thinking, oh my word, they totally need Plexus. If so, I would love to put your name in the cash pot and just help you help them. So probably what I think of what I taught last week is just to do a little teaser. It's like, hey friend, I know you're loving your products. Curious if you thought of anybody that these products could help. We have this little Bless a Friend campaign going. I would love to add your name to our cash pot. Just kind of a little teaser, okay? When they reply back, or with the ones that do reply back, then you can explain more of like, okay, well, here's the deal. And so we're rewarding the action of them talking to their friend, not necessarily that their friend is going to sign up. Does that make sense? So, the goal is that we help them sign up that friend or their 3 friends or however many, right? But they get their name in the cash pot by simply taking the action and texting their friend and then messaging you back to let you know that they did. And then you're going to do basically that little dance back and forth and say, okay, now the next thing that we're going to do is find out what their health goals are. Okay. And you're going to have them send the little Candida graphic that's so beautifully brilliant in helping to continue that conversation. I did love Genevieve's question that she was teaching us last week, which is it's an offshoot of what I do, really, but I like the boldness of this. She says, ask them to tell you the top things that frustrate them about their health. Okay, so tell me the top things that frustrate you about your health right now. I really like that wording. And then she's really bold with her follow-up question. Are you willing to do something about it? So I thought that was really interesting. I wrote that down because I was like, well, I want to try having that type of conversation more, and because it's very centered on them. Like, how can I serve you? How can I help you? And are you willing to do something about what you're dealing with? So I do feel like that is a good follow-up. You can soften it in a way where it doesn't feel threatening or, whatever. But anyways, we're going to help. If you just think about this, you guys, if you helped every person on your team help one, if you helped all of them help one, your team would probably be double in size at least, right? So there's huge potential there. And I think we don't tap into that, maybe because of fear, or we're just, so busy talking to the new people or the potential people that we miss, that there's gold in, who we've already helped. So I'm going to give you guys next a couple of thoughts to practice this week. Okay. Because remember, everything we do stems from what we're thinking. And if we are thinking in a way that's not serving our goals, it's going to impact our results, right? So it's that whole concept of our circumstances create our thoughts, which create our feelings, which create our actions, which drive our results. Okay. So first little thought to think is, I can make a lot happen in 8 days. I can make a lot happen in 8 days. Another one is, committing to my goals helps set more people free faster. Committing to my goals helps set more people free faster. I'm a hope dealer and help set others free, both from health and financial bondage. Let's think about that for just a hot minute. How many of you guys have different health now because of Plexus? How many of you have a different financial landscape because of Plexus? Okay. I was just thinking, we have to get bold with our particular story. Don't discount it and think, well, mine is less than yours. So of course you're going to get more business bold just because you make more money. Okay. Well, stop that right now, because I was not in this position for the last 8 years, right? I started out and my first check, I think, was $300. Okay. And then it started to grow from there. And so we have to figure out how to vision cast for the people in our network for what this can be for them. Remember, 87%, we learned this at convention, 87% of people would try network marketing if they knew they could make $500 in 90 days, or $300 to $500 in 90 days. We have the tools to equip them. We have the compensation plan. We have the products. We have everything we need in order to help people do that. Okay. So most of the people that you create conversations with will say yes if they knew that, right? And we know that. And so we have to show up in a really bold way to help set other people free. Plexus has literally changed our life. Okay. And I think we have to own that. All of us in some way, shape, or form have experienced a level of that. And we can continue to experience more of that as we are bold in sharing our story with other people. I am very thankful for Carrie Netherton. I'm very thankful for Shoshana Easling. I didn't sign up with her. Very thankful for my cousin and multiple other people that shared Plexus with me. I didn't join all of them because I could only join one person. I didn't really know how it worked. So I was just like gathering information. I'm thankful for Laura Koblenz, who told me about her perspective with Plexus. I reached out to her, but I knew that she had used the products in the past. So do not think that your story is less than just because it is not yet. This business takes faith. It takes an ability to be able to see what is not yet, but what can be. Okay, so keep that in mind as you are making posts, as you are reaching out to people. The thoughts that you're thinking totally impact the results that you get from the messages that you send. Okay, so we need to be having the right thoughts in our mind so that we can be as effective as possible with the work that we're doing. And I love how Jessica Heffley has shared her mindset and her brain space before she messages someone about the business. She speaks it out that Jenny's going to be on stage and she's going to be in Hawaii with me, and I cannot wait to see her, enjoying all of the fruits that this business offers, right? And so, I mean, I'm totally downplaying how she hypes herself up before she ever even messages the person, right? And so there's a difference in outcomes with how she approaches someone because of the thoughts that she's thinking, and then someone that's like, yeah. And, by the way, there's this really great business opportunity. There's a difference in energy levels, right? And that's going to have an impact on our outcome. Okay. Next one is, I am a consistent person who follows through. Another one is, I'm serving others with consistent follow-up and helping others get great results. And you're going to have to use these, especially in seasons or on a day when it seems like everybody's like, oh yeah, I don't need my products this month, or oh, I didn't notice anything different about the products. I mean, I'm still like, what in the world goes on with people? Because I helped my friend Megan sign up her friend Charity. And so Charity and I were on the phone for a little while, like over an hour when I didn't have power, and getting her signed up. And then she signed up her hubby under her and then her daughter. And I think we're going to get ready to sign up another person so she can go silver. And so she messaged me late last week and shared what results they've had so far. Her husband hasn't had acid reflux. Mind you, they just started in July. Okay. Her hubby's acid reflux is gone. She said her skin is looking better. She's feeling better. Her digestive system is more regular. Like, she had this whole list of things, and she's like 2, maybe 3 weeks into using the products. Okay. So we need to stay in the trenches with people and help them get good results. And I just think it is so interesting how one family can have all of those wins. And then on the other hand, I have people that are like, oh yeah, I didn't see anything different with the products. And it goes back to that, Lori, I don't know if any of you caught that Lori Harrison video. She has like this series of calls she's calling the no frills plexus business, and she's a chatter, so like it takes her a long time to kind of share what she's going to share, but she's fun. I mean, she's interesting and she's funny, and she's one of the OG diamonds that I used to listen to. But she had like tapped out of her business for like 3 years, and she's just like recently tapped back in. She's swept the entire Leaders Retreat contest, which is hard to do as a diamond, like with an established team, and she's just done a lot of personal recruiting, which has earned her this contest, right? And so she was just sharing how belief impacts everything. And I was talking to Carissa, because Carissa, Casey, and her whole family have been here for like 4 days. And so we've had some great times with them and making memories and just chatting plexus stuff too. But she said that it's the whole concept of the placebo effect is a thing. She's like, if you think it will work for you, she goes, it is the power of our mind to impact, our ability to make or break our experience. And I just thought it was so interesting. And sometimes people's skepticism is like, oh, it's just the placebo effect. But I'm like, well, hey, okay, well, if it is, it's really interesting to me that people's blood work changes when they start plexus, that their A1Cs come down, that their good cholesterol levels go up, and their autoimmune markers come down. I've had people had to cancel surgeries, exploratory bowel surgeries, because their symptoms go away. So anyways, I just think it's so interesting how we can have customers with very varied experiences. And it doesn't just go back to belief. It also goes back to their own personal consistency, which is always a good thing to be, finding out, well, how much of your products do you have left over? Like if they have a cabinet full still, they probably weren't as consistent as they gave themselves credit for. And I remember early on listening, and I was like so relieved to hear Amber Miller talk about this. She's like, your people will lie to you. She's like, I was at my friend's house, and she's like, oh yeah, I've been consistent with my plexus. She's like, I saw her open her cabinet, and like the whole thing was full. She had not been consistent with her products. So all that to say, as we are serving others with consistent follow-up and helping them get great results, it is our job to help stay in the trenches with them, encourage. We are professional encouragers. Like we get paid to encourage people, right? So let's be that for people. But on the other hand, people have to take ownership and responsibility, right? So I'm just sharing some of that with you guys just so you know that not every person that I sign up has a stellar experience, and it's not, and it can be due to the fact of them not staying consistent and or their belief level, which I think is so important for them to get plugged into information, and why I'm going to be harping on we need product catalogs when I'm out at corporate tomorrow through Thursday, because I know several of you guys have Amish clients that need tangible handy something that you can open and close and write on and flip the pages on. And I know that our older clients also really like that. And I like that. Personally, I like that. Not having to hop online all the time to find information. Okay. Okay. And here's a really good one. This is from Emily Gibson from years ago, and I've used it a bunch. Okay. So say it to your kids, say it to your dog, say it to your cat, say it out loud whenever. Okay. But here it is. Why are so many people messaging me to order? Oh my word, this is so exciting. Okay, try it. So try it. All right, so there are some thoughts for y'all to practice. I also want to remind you guys that we're not wimpy leaders here. We are chipping away together at our Mount Everests, okay, whatever that is this week, okay? And hard is the admission ticket. Okay, I'm pulling this from a Genevieve Sprint call that I took notes on at the end of last month, actually. Hard is the admission ticket. Sorry, I can't talk this morning. Learn to get gritty. Okay, we can't fall on the floor and fall to pieces when somebody messages us that the products aren't working for them, or they're already stocked up on their products and they don't need an order this month. Like, we are gritty. We can keep going when things are hard. We're resilient people. We get back up, and just like Proverbs 24 this morning had my favorite verse in it. A righteous man falls seven times and rises again. Okay, it doesn't matter. Like, we have to keep going. And then this is parallel to the little call from last week. If you're not failing, you're not trying. So do not be afraid to fail, because that's how we learn. That's how we get better. And did you know your brain actually will learn better from getting the answer wrong than getting it right all the time? And I remind my kids this is in that neuroplasticity book for children. Super interesting. It's like the brain remembers better when something is hard, right? It builds character in us. Okay, so a couple things. Gold series. If you didn't plug into that, go pop an earbud in this week and plug into that training. Okay. Also, I would highly encourage you guys to be plugging your new business builders, not people that are like open to the idea of blessing one friend, not those people. This is like the people that are telling you that they want this business or they want a call with you. They need to earn your time and go through that silver series first. And they're going to learn so much from that. And so plug them in. It's pinned to the top of the Momentum Makers group if you're not sure where it's at. Okay, so silver and 6 series. And then Jessica did that gold. She organized that gold series from last week. And I think it was really underutilized. But that is a standing tool to help us train people. So don't not utilize that. Like, keep that on your brain to help people plug into. But I do feel like people definitely need to do the silver one first before they do the gold one. Okay. Also, Jessica did that Go for No study, and there's a recording. So make sure you check that out. Go order the book if you haven't ordered it yet, and listen to the call. Even if you don't have the book yet, you can still glean good things from that call. All right. And then tonight we have our call with Dr. Hartman. So I'm really excited about that. If you have specific questions, it's going to be a Q&A, and we definitely want people asking questions to that. So at that call. So Bill Ferry earned that with some goofy thing he did at convention. And so it's going to be a great call. Product information, kind of sciencey details and things like that. And then let me see if anybody messaged back. All right. There is no event for real income, real impact, that call that we usually have once a month. It's supposed to be Thursday, the 27th, but nobody has said that they're willing to do it. I've checked with a bunch of people on one team and no one was able to. I would host it, except I'm literally going to be on a flight back from Arizona at that time. And so if any of you would be willing to share your business story, I do feel like it would be really helpful to have an opportunity 30-minute thing on Thursday. And it's a really, really great tool. So if any of you are willing, private message me and we can get something worked up. Okay, really quick, let me buzz through this chat. Amber says, at work, but things feel unattainable. Okay, yeah, we talked about that a little bit already, but the win is that she signed a new VIP. Okay, so when things feel unattainable, what do we do? Well, I gave you those thoughts to practice. But also when things feel unattainable, we have to go back to, okay, what action can I take right now? Maybe it looks like, okay, I'm going to message my green dots right now. I'm going to see what new conversations I can get started. Maybe you're going to buzz through that little demographic list that I gave you. Okay, samplers, zero PV people, new. How can I help them get a great customer service or customer experience? Happy wholesale people, I'm going to encourage them to get a +1 doing the Bless a Friend campaign. Maybe you need to go listen to some worship music or listen to a little training call and just kind of get your mind right and then go take the action. And that's one thing I want to encourage you guys with is don't spend the next 8 days just plugging into the silver and gold series and just learning. Some of you have already done enough learning. You need to just take massive action this week. I'm giving you permission to take massive action and just make some things happen this week. And probably at the beginning of this week, you're not going to see much fruit from that. It's the cumulative effect of continuing the high level intensity action that's going to produce results in the last like 3 days of the month or the last 3 hours of the month. Okay. Remember when in this business, when it rains, it pours. So a lot of times we see nothing, but we're working. And then all of a sudden everything happens at the same time. Okay, Jacqueline says, I've invested time to do the winning day. Yay! And I've been consistent and the seeds are growing. I'm filling the funnel and sharing a lot. I know I'll see the fruit. I do have a 2-day event this weekend. Awesome. Yes, and I'll just plug that win the day worksheet again. If you don't have that, I'll bump it to the top of Momentum Makers group and pop it in the chats again. But that is a phenomenal little paper. I have it printed out somewhere in my stack. To be working through every single day. It is the recipe. It's what they'll teach us at Gold School and what they'll remind us about at Ruby School, right? To help our people learn the recipe. Don't leave out ingredients. Otherwise we'll have a faulty brownie at the end of our recipe. Okay. Do they have to message 3 people to be entered? No, I mean, if they text a friend, they get entered, but they get more entries the more people that they text. So it's it's on us to be like, oh my word, that was so great. Like celebrate them for that, kind of help them, coach them through like what to do next. And then find out if they have some more people that they could think of that could benefit. And if it makes sense to start the 3-way, then like if they're like, well, I'll just connect you with the person, help make it easy for them and like so organic and natural, right? And that might also lead into the conversation of like, hey, I know you've had great product results. Like, would you be willing to just make a little post and tag me? And if you know what their health wins have been, you can even write it for them. Like you can say, well, hey, I'll just type up something really quick, like maybe something like this, and you could just copy paste, tweak it, and then just pop it up on their wall. Let's see what happens. And like, I love to challenge people and just push them a little bit and be like, hey, well, what's the worst that could happen? Like, I promise you won't die. Sometimes you just have to tease them a little bit about it, right? So that they'll take the action. And then have them tag you. And you have to treat it like your own post, meaning you're going to go stalk it to see who liked, who commented, that kind of thing. Yes, +1s, double the size of your team. Yes. Could you put those thoughts in our Leaders Retreat chat? Oh, sure. Yep, I totally can. Quick question. I re-ranked Senior Gold, but last month was Gold. When I rank Senior Gold this month, will I earn 90 for retention? That is a great question because you ranked during the contest period already, correct? Angie, do you know if that counts? Angie Amberzetti.
Sorry. Okay. I didn't hear. Say that again.
Okay. So Angie Gaddy ranked Senior Gold in May. Or wait, was it April? I think it was April because you were on that cruise.
It was April.
Okay. And then she dropped to Gold just right below, didn't quite hit it. So then would she earn retention credits for re-rank this month?
Well, if she gets, I think if just depending on if you get back to, so you wouldn't get credits again for hitting, if you get back to Senior Gold this month, you wouldn't get rank it points for that, but you would get retention credits for that or consistency.
Yeah. For maintaining for maintaining your rank.
Yes.
Yeah, there is a section of, you get points at wherever you are. You get more
Right.
points if you're senior gold than you are gold.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but the actual rank up piece is only one time. It's the consistency or retention, whatever one they call in it, you still get.
Yeah. So it's worth the push, for the maintaining your rank or re-rank, however you want to call that. Yeah.
And one thing I figured out is those points come as soon as you hit them. So like if it's 40 points, it's not like 10 for silver, 10 for, it's when you hit silver, you get the points. Then when you hit senior silver, you get the next little bit of points,
Oh,
and then the next little bit of points.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Awesome. Okay. Well, that is all I have for you guys. I hope that was helpful. I will share just really fast. I'll update you with my board. So I'm about halfway done with my 20. I've had a lot of conversations and I've had a lot of no replies, but it's okay. I'm having conversations with some people, and it's interesting how some people are coming out of the woodwork to say, hey, I need to get back into, I need to get back on my products, or I'm wanting to work the business. Like I have a reason to work it. And so I had a call with somebody the other morning on her way into the hospital, and she's going to get restarted. So excited about that. So there are some wins, but if you're feeling like you're chipping away at Mount Everest and it's not going very fast, you're not alone. You're not alone. I'm having to work on my mindset and not be discouraged, with where I am personally, because, I'm here to help the people that want to be helped. And it's, I'm trying to figure out who those people are that are game for getting restarted, game for getting an order in. This was the other thing I was going to share with you guys. So this whole last week was, there was a lot going on, and I knew that I was going to have out of town company from Thursday to Sunday. And so it was kind of a, early morning, late night. We stayed up chat until 1 a.m., all the things, all good things. But Tuesday, so Monday I was at Costco kind of prepping. Tuesday, I was a complete wash to my plan because I had to, there was what do we want to call that? There was an offense with a girlfriend group through our church that basically took the entire day. And it was very emotionally draining, really took a lot of bandwidth, upsetting, super upsetting. I was more or less falsely accused for something. And then, once I went back to the people that supposedly said something that I didn't ever say, it was one of those just, what a mess, right? I don't do drama. I don't like girl drama, blah, 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 right? And so there was a relational fire that had to be dealt with. And so that took my entire Tuesday. And so, and then, we had a great time with Chris and Carissa. It was so fun, such a blessing. But that was my week. And so I'm having to really work with my mindset, because I'm not telling myself I'm behind. That was what needed to happen last week. And God's taking care of the conversations that, that I've planted seeds with on the plexus. And I'm going to tap in this week. I'm actually heading out to Silver Stars trip with Laura Koblenz tonight. We're leaving for Indianapolis. So be stuck in our pictures, because we're going to be sharing lots of fun, exciting things. And just know that you can earn Silver Stars up through Senior Ruby. Okay. And it's basically based on how many silvers you develop in a given month. And it's really a toss-up. I think I earned it with maybe 6 silvers. And there's some months where there's these, Mexican market people that have 30 silvers in a given month. So it's crazy. It's just kind of a toss-up. And I think Rita was in the running last year, and I think she had 8 or 9 silvers, but didn't end up earning it. So it's a really interesting contest that they do, but it's monthly, and it's really great. So the trash guys here. Good morning. So anyways, it's a really, really fun trip, and you want your people on your team earning it, or you want to earn it before you go singing a Ruby. So encouraging you guys to really work on that. But remember, we're not behind. We have 8 days left to make some things happen. I will get that Bless a Friend graphic created. And if you messaged me in the past like 5 days and I haven't messaged you back, just know I will be working through my big lineup of unread messages in Messenger today. So guys, you guys have a great.
I have something to share.
Oh yes, please share.
Real quick. It's not really Plexus related, but it's Facebook related. So if you want a really amazing post or inquisitive post to put on your wall, go ask about the Barbie movie, because I did that last night. I kept seeing all this stuff pop up and I was like, what in the heck is this Barbie movie thing? Everyone's dressing in pink, like people are going nuts. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to buy it. So I put a thing, just like the colored pink background, Barbie movie, yes or no, which I have zero interest in seeing that. I didn't even let my daughter play with, no judgment if you let your kids play with Barbie, but when I have one daughter, 6 sons, I never let her play with Barbies. She loved baby dolls. Anyway, I posted at 10 o'clock last night, totally forgot, got up this morning, there's like 70 something comments already. But somebody posted a really good TikTok video of this Christian man who does something in the movies. And I was blown away by the things that he says that's in the movie. So pop over to my wall and look at that little TikTok. It's like 2 minutes maybe or something. It was perspective. Like I have no interest in going to see it, but I was like, wow. And I was kind of surprised at the people who said, never mind. Everyone has their own thing. I was just like, wow, that really got some good conversation. So if you want to like get your your algorithm moving, go ask about the Barbie movie. Anyways, that was my 2 cents.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you for sharing that. And that also reminded me a couple things. Keep talking about sleep. Keep talking about our cucumber melon hydrate. We have to be talking about these things because our wholesaler people see us posting about certain things. And so we want them adding the sleep. We want them adding hydrate. You can even ask them to add that to their subscription this month. And then the reset is still on sale. And that goes to the end of this month. And we're going to be coming out with the August 3-day reset summer slim down thing that we're dreaming up. We need to meet with the masterminds on what exactly we're doing. So keep that in mind because that's coming up.
Hey, Megan, we also saw it actually on the Plexus website. It says through August 31st for reset.
Oh, August 31st. Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, they're wanting a lot of people to try the reset. So we can team up and help all of our people on our teams try the reset. Let's funnel them into a little 3-day challenge. I think that we did an excellent job with ours a couple weeks ago, by the way. And then we are thinking about doing a 2-week summer slim down. So we'll keep you guys posted on the details surrounding that. So that's interesting that it's going through the end of August. I like when they make it.
I think Jessica, I was on a call this one of the power hours. I think Jessica helped us. Somebody, I think it might have been Jessica Stevenson. It's in the fine print. It says through August 31st. When you go to the help center, I think is where it was. Jessica, was that you? Were you helping us find that?
I don't remember if I helped, but I know I've seen that. And I think I feel like it's been on graphics that corporate has put out. Like in the bottom it says, because that's why I was trying to see how long it's going to be when they switch that date. And I feel like it's in those graphics.
I saw that too. I asked customer service and they told me just to hang out with July because they were a little confused as well. But it does say August.
Okay, so I think this is the thing. I think that wasn't supposed to be shared yet because they like to create urgency around like a deadline.
Right.
And I also prefer that too. Like, hey, this special ends on the 31st. Like, let's get your order in so that you don't miss out on the special. So keep it.
And then on August 1st, you can go, woohoo, they extended it.
Yeah. So keep that on the DL that it's extended that far in advance and just, well, I don't know, don't lie, but think of a way to really create a deadline around July 31st so that we get a lot of people, so that we create urgency around the end of month reset. And, and this is how we can utilize this too is like, hey, we have another reset group coming up. Like, why don't you try it this month and see what you think? And then hopefully we can help all these resetters bless a friend and invite a friend to do the next reset when we do it.
Hey, one other quick thing. I swiped this idea from Joanna Slavens. You can go look at my wall if you want to do this, but she was offering to give samples of the cucumber melon, but she wasn't offering to give them for free. So she said she was giving out 3 sticks at her cost plus $1 shipping. So basically I did the math as $1.50 per stick. And then I'm just charging them $1 for shipping because I don't even care about the shipping. But to me, if I can get products in someone's hands, and I had like 8 people want to try it. And a couple of them were already wholesalers, but they're not people who are like really in it. They're just kind of here and there. The value of giving someone a sample, even if they're already on your team, is really beneficial. So anyways, that's just a thought.
Oh, that's a good thought. And that's another thing that I'll just say really quickly. Joanna, what's her husband's name? Josh and Zach are brilliant at sales. And if you need ideas for like getting end of month sales going, go stalk her Facebook and duplicate it. She's really great because she's always talking about Plexus. I can see why she has such a huge customer base, and she's like, what they post is attractive and it's them. It's not like shared stuff and things. It's like mostly them and their kids, which is cool. Okay, let's go Patty. And I do like that idea because the people that are going to pay for a sample are invested. Like they're probably going to turn into a customer, especially if they were, there's a place for free samples, but I like that idea. And I know I shared with you guys what I did at the end of last month, which was offering a free sample to my 0 PV wholesale people of the new cucumber melon hydrate. And so the idea there is was to get that sent out. We had a little card made and Amanda sent them for me. And then I'm going to follow up with each of them and see how they liked it. And then hopefully that will lead into a conversation about getting restarted. So there's lots of ways to utilize the sample thing, but I like that $1.50 concept. That's fun. Okay, girls and guys, you have a great Monday and great rest of the week. I will pop those, the thoughts to practice into our chat, and also I will get the Bless a Friend campaign posted, and also the winners, because I know a lot of you sent me the winners that you had from the first 17 days of the month. We extended it. So, Joanna Slavin. Yeah, she's on Facebook. You can go stalk her. JWANA is her first name, and then Slavin, SLAVIN. And she was, she talked, I guess, to during the Jewel thing about customer care. And then, but her son, Zach, spoke from stage. He's like 21 and a sapphire in Plexus. So you want to be following people that are like consistently on the leaderboard like that, because they're doing something right for sure. Okay. See you, girls.